All right, welcome back to day 43 of the live guitar practice streams. So, as the title entails, I'm doing this for 100 days. So, again, we're on day 43. As you could tell by the thumbnail, we will be discussing and trying to practice and figure out some arpeggios today. So, again, thank you all for joining. I greatly appreciate that. Anytime someone tunes in, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so that way it's easier to find my content in the future. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and get right into arpeggioing. I don't even know if that's a thing or not. If it's not a thing, let me know in the comments. But arpeggio, just really quick, just to give a definition for it or what it is, it's basically just a broken chord. So if you play the chord all together, one strum all together, that's playing the chord. If you play it broken chord wise, in other words, say a broken chord would be one string at a time. So if you got this, that would be arpeggio or arpeggioing it. I don't think that's right. Someone let me know how you would properly state that, but that's the arpeggio form of it. Playing each string, each note like individually. So you could do that with the D chord here. That's the D chord. And that's how it would sound if you arpeggio it. Can you say it like that? Arpeggio it out instead of arpeggioing, ing. So yeah, so that's what we'll be getting into today. So some arpeggios. So as always, I invite you to pick up your guitar and follow along, and just let's see how far we can get. How well we can sound after 100 days of practicing this consecutively. And putting in 100 hours. Let's see how comfortable we feel, how good we kind of sound, and things like that. Let's see if this develops into a real passion, which I think it will. So I've always loved music, just never really understood how to play the music. So this is a very, very cool journey I've started myself on. Anyways, let's get into it. So basically, what you could do is really pick any chord shape that you know, right? Got a little itch here in my chest. Pick any shape that you know. Okay, I want to pick this E or this A chord here. It's in the E shape, but it's the A chord. So you got nothing but A's, E's, and C sharps ringing out. Play it one note at a time, and then you get your arpeggio. It also allows you to understand if you need to make like a micro adjustment to make it properly ring out. Sometimes, your bar is not set just right, so something gets muffled, or maybe one of the fingers here is actually leaned over just ever so slightly, so it's muffling the string below it, or something like that. So, getting into arpeggios allows you to, improve your technique as well. That's why I always say it's important to kind of learn something and kind of get an understanding of it and move on. And I don't mean move on forever, but like kind of like transition into learning other things before like feeling like you have to master one thing before moving on to the next, and then mastering that before moving on to the next. It doesn't have to be like that. That's going to take way too much time. In my opinion, the better way to do it would be like, you learn one chord, and then you learn two or three chords. You don't just learn one chord and master it for a year before learning your second chord. Like, no, you learn your second chord and you learn bending, you learn some arpeggioing, You learn scales. You learn different things, and then they all kind of blend and help, get the bigger and bigger picture. So don't ever feel like you have to, master one thing before you can start trying to understand another aspect of your instrument. So anyways, we're just going to pick a shape, I guess, first before I get into some, barred shapes down here, using like the cage system to know where I'm at. Let's just stick with the standard major and minor chords. So first we got A. So we have A, C sharp, and E's that are ringing out. So if you just play this open, A, C sharp, E, A. All right, so we have A, E, and C sharps. So I'm basically playing the A. I know it's hard to see without all the cool graphics and stuff like that, but so A major chord is A, C sharp, and E notes, all ringing out. So basically what I'm doing is I'm using this whole region here from 1st fret to the 5th fret, and any A, C sharp, or E that I see in this region, I'm trying to figure out what finger pattern would help easily and smoothly play all of those notes in this section here. So that way you're playing basically an A major scale, right? A major, there it is. A, C sharp, and E. Yes, exactly. So if you're playing all C, E, and G's in this region, or really anywhere on the neck, C, E, and G's are used for the C chord, right? So then you'd be playing a C major arpeggioed scale. So yeah, that's just kind of what we're working on now. So I did the A chord. So now I want to find the A chord notes and play them out in an arpeggio form. Also, doing this arpeggio form of playing is going to help you, of course, as within anything, is going to help you get your dexterity and your muscle memory, improved better. But it's also going to help you get the knowledge up here in your head, the muscle or the knowledge side of it, because you have to know, the note makeup. You have to know that an A major chord are the notes that consist of it are, of course, A, then it's a C sharp and an E. You have to know that. Well, of course, you might know it here, for example. That's E or A, C sharp, and E. But if you want to play it everywhere, you have to know that, boom, there's your A. You have to know that, boom, there on the 4th fret, 5th string, there's your C sharp. Boom, you have to know that. And quickly. So by going through these various arpeggios, you can start with A, like I just did. There's probably not enough time in an hour practice session to do your B major chord and arpeggio it out. Your C major chord, arpeggio it out. Your D major chord, arpeggio it out. So on and so forth with E, F, and G. And again, this is why I know for sure there's not enough time. Even if I was a professional that was very quick at guitar, I don't know if there would be enough time because there's just so many forms of it, right? Because, yeah, you don't just have to do the arpeggio form, here, right? Then you learn, oh, okay, you have an A chord here also. That consists of, again, the A, the C sharps, and the E's. So now you would be, in this general area, what are all of the A's, C sharps, and E's that you could play on the 6 strings in this little general region here? Well, that pattern is going to be probably slightly different. And then, you can do it down here too. So there's all these different forms. You got A here that you would arpeggio it out. You have A here that if you arpeggio it out, and then you have A here if you was to arpeggio this out. The pattern. And then it all just repeats after the 12th fret, of course, but yeah, it's not just learning the shape in the first, 3 or 4 frets. It's learning it throughout the entire neck and learning the arpeggio forms. So by learning the arpeggios, you're also memorizing the fretboard. By memorizing the fretboard, you're helping yourself, do the arpeggios. You're helping yourself find the chords that you're really looking for quickly, because it's all getting memorized slowly, subconsciously, as you're doing all these various practice drills. So we did A up here. So now let's do some arpeggio with the A major chord down here. So any A, E, or C sharp from 5 to 9. Let's do 5 to 9. A, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, E, E, A. A, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, E, E, A, C. C sharp, sorry. floor's itching really bad. Yeah. I need some lotion on my skin. My body's itching. Random spots. All right. So yeah, trying to visualize. That's another thing. Like right now, thank goodness I have these stickers. Right. Eventually, like I said, whenever I get my other guitar, maybe I won't have these stickers. But right now, in my opinion, it's a really good training tool. Maybe I'm cheating myself and I don't even realize it. I don't really know. But in my opinion, I really, really like them. Because it allows me to, see all of the A, C sharps, and E's that I need to play. So, but eventually, by seeing them on stickers, I hope and I think that subconsciously I'm building in that visualization so that way when I, won't strip these stickers off because I think all the adhesive would be a gunky mess to clean up. But when I get a new guitar and it doesn't have these, I hope that it's kind of imprinted there. I can kind of see, bead. I can kind of see, A, D, G, C, E, A, and things like that without having to look at the stickers, but recalls it quicker and easier. But yeah, that's why it's really slow right now, probably. I don't know how it'll sound when I listen to it back, but I feel like as I'm playing right now, I'm really, really thinking because I don't know the patterns. Like with pentatonic scale, I can just, come up here and I'm not a super quick professional, but I know it. See, I know the pentatonic scale a little bit. I don't know all these other patterns yet. So I have to look, I have to think, I have to figure out, okay, well, there's the A. Oh, okay, what's the next string and what's the other note? Oh, okay, what's the next string and what's the other note? Oh, okay. So it just takes a little bit, as do all things that are new. So it's just practicing through the A major scale here, stretching from 5 to 9. Here's an A. Here's a C sharp. Here's an E. Here's another E. A. Sorry. Here's a C sharp. Here's an E. Here's an E. Here's a A. Here's a C sharp. And remember, you can play the open chord as well because inside of an A chord, it's A, C sharp, and E. Well, this high E string here, if you don't pluck anything at all, that's an E, so that's still within that chord shape. So I'm just playing, trying to figure it out, trying to learn. So here we are with the A chord down here on the 5th fret, starting on the 5th fret. A major. And then just trying to arpeggio it out, right? Because that's today's video. So we go 5, 9, 5th string, 7, 4th string, 7, 3rd string, 6, 3rd string, 9, 2nd string, 5, 1st string, 5, 1st string, 12 or 9. 9. So A little faster. Okay. Now we're going to just move on. Again, don't have to perfect it. Don't have to, have it fully understood. Just trying to understand what arpeggios even are, Practice these various patterns, more and more and more, and things will become, like second nature. But right now we're going to go ahead and keep transitioning into the next A major shape, and it would be down here. You got your A, your C sharps, and your E's right here. All right, so down here, this D position, when I say position, I mean like hand shape. The shape of my hand is making the same shape as it would if I was making a D shape up here. So I'm just sliding it all the way down here. So it's still a D shape, but it's no longer a D chord because of the notes that are ringing out. The notes that are ringing out down here are A, C sharp, and E, which is exactly what I need for a major chord and to arpeggio it out. See, and you can see that there's multiple ways of playing, these different styles. You could play it like that, where my fingers were down the whole time and I was just plucking the different strings. Or you could do it more of like a lead style of guitar where we're actually, plucking and playing them rather than keeping your fingers down the whole time. So there's multiple ways to practice it. So again, as I say, don't always have to do these little practice drills that I come up with. You can just take what I say and kind of adapt it, learn, and be like, oh, okay, I see what he's doing, but I got another idea. There's something that maybe you see in your guitar that would make you want to adapt it a little bit. Do so. That's okay. So if we have this D position, but it's the A chord, you can arpeggio it out like this, playing one chord at a time. Or you can look in the general area and try to understand and see, okay, where are all of the A, C sharps, and E's at? And you could play it like that. Here's the E. Here's a C sharp. All right, just trying to play all the A, C sharps, and E's that are in this general area. Not forgetting the open chords, as the open chords are also, whatever notes those are. So you don't really need. There are no open, C sharps, but there is an open A and there's an open E. So you have your sixth string, and your first string is your open E's, obviously. Then you have your fifth string as your open A. So don't forget, if you're looking for A and E notes, it's not just the fretted ones that you have to be aware of. Don't forget about the open chords as well that you could throw in there every now and then. Okay. So again, just trying to find any C sharps, E's, or A's. The open, I guess if you're going to play the open notes A and E when looking for this A major chord, it'd probably be best to use them up here, because the further down you get, you're playing higher notes all around it, and then when you play these open strings, they're really low sounding. The open chords are the lowest, right? Because if you have your E, then you go to your F, G, A, or if you're here on your D string, you have your D, D sharp, E, D, D sharp, E, D, D sharp, E. So the open is the lowest you can get. So as you're up here playing high notes and you use an open, well, that open is low. So keep that in mind. It's low sounding. So you can play your E, C sharp. But then if you play this open A, see how low that sounds compared to. Whew. Yeah, this stuff is kind of foreign to me. So it's taking a little getting used to. But yeah, it's fun. It's growing. It's expanding my knowledge up here. It's expanding my skills on the actual fretboard. So it's good. It's good. Let's see, what else? So that was just all of the A chords. You could do it again with now the C chord. Let's see if this is in tune. G was quite far out. Yeah, I could tell the G was a little bit out there. And see, that's another thing, again, with these small wins that you have to kind of notice and, reflect on and kind of be proud about. Like, of course, many, many weeks ago when I picked up the guitar, I would have strummed that and my ear wouldn't have been able to, understand that, hey, that's actually a little bit wrong there. That doesn't sound quite right because my ear didn't have enough experience then. Now my ear has enough experience just in these couple of weeks to know that, hey, that doesn't sound right. I don't quite have the ear to where I could just go up there and probably, tune it to get it to sound right, but I have this handy tool here. So I was able to stop, midstream and get it in tune instead of continuing on, sounding, a little like crap every time I use that string. So good. Again, little things to be proud of. All right, so now we're going to practice this C chord. Then arpeggio it out. Finger was muffling it. So again, that's the chord. Playing them all together. Arpeggio it out. The fingers down. Okay. And then you can do it with the lead guitar style by playing, each note individually, just in this general region, again, from probably notes like 1 to 5, looking for any C, E, or G notes. Keeping in mind in this section, the open notes also kind of sound good because they're already low in pitch. So 1 to 5, those frets, looking for all C, E, and Gs. C, E, and G's. Just playing C, E's, and G's. Okay, and then you could go, if you really wanted to, get your C, E, and G's here also. No, you don't. Yeah, you do. C, E, and G, sorry. Maybe I need to do it like this still. So it's the C chord still. C major, C, E, and G notes all ringing out. But I'm in the A positioning. My hand is in the A positioning, the hand shape. The notes are actually the notes that are needed for the C chord. Okay, C, E, and G's we need. So that was the A positioning, okay. Can't so much do the chord version in this G positioning here. Is very hard stretch. So I'm just going to do the arpeggioed form of it. So we get the lead style, C, E, G. Okay, more C major notes that are ringing out there. So again, C, E, and G for the C major notes. So we're going to slide it down just a little bit more. That was in the C, E, and G. That was in the G positioning. So now we're going to move forward to the E positioning. Here we go. Still a C chord, but our hands are in the E positioning. Okay. And now arpeggio out. You've got Okay. So that's just trying to walk around, arpeggioing out, breaking the chord out. So I wanted a C chord, but I wanted to break it. I wanted to break it out into a broken chord, which is the definition of what arpeggio even technically means. And then just playing, one note at a time. So I'm just playing all the C, E, and G notes, but just individually. Okay, and then lastly, you could come down here to this positioning here, which is the D positioning, but still the C chord. Okay, so again, it's all C, E, and G's that are ringing out there. So you got all right. So that's the C chord in all the different positions, and that's the C chord kind of arpeggioed out there in all the different forms. Again, someone please comment below if I'm saying arpeggio correctly in the different tenses. Can you say arpeggioing and things like that? So someone please let me know below. Also, just a quick plug here. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please go ahead and do so. It allows you to, find me and access my content, quicker and easier. Allows you to stay abreast on, how far along in the challenge, am I? And then also you can tune in easier to find some little tips and tricks and little exercises that I kind of try to, explain and demonstrate here during these 100-day live guitar practice streams. So go ahead and to subscribe if you haven't. That's always greatly appreciated. It's a blessing. Also, comment below. Let me know how you think these videos are in terms of anything you like, in terms of the content I talk about, in terms of my playing and the sound, in terms of my technique, or if something needs adapted or changed a little bit, the video quality, the aesthetics, the things on the backdrops, the lights, anything at all that you would like to give some feedback on. I greatly, greatly appreciate that and take that to heart. When people are trying to, give constructive criticism, that's not a bad thing. So any ways that I can get better, I'd like to know about that. So let me know in the comments below, please. And then last but not least, go ahead and like the video, boop the like button, as some YouTubers like to say. And, even if the sound isn't that great yet, help a friend out. Just hit the like button. It keeps it going through the YouTube algorithm and things like that. It lets people know that they actually like it. So even if the sound's not all the way there just yet, go ahead and like it, just because I'm putting in the effort, right? A lot more than, some can say. Putting in effort, putting lights, getting backdrops, things like that, making sure the lighting is right, making sure, the sound is okay and not too loud. I don't want to scream or whisper, but, trying to make sure the sound is right and all those things. I know, for example, with the video quality, I know I need to improve the video quality. I'm still shooting off of my laptop here, which is a modern laptop, just came out. But the camera, I guess, just isn't all that great. So I'll need to, fix those things. And those will come in time. So leave a like button just for all the little efforts like those that go into this stuff, and the video edit, or not the video editing because these are live streams, but the picture editing for thumbnails, all these different things that go into it, go ahead and help a friend out. Much appreciated. Anyways, back into arpeggios. So we just did the C. First we started with the A, then we went to the C chord. Now let's do, I don't know, just pick one. E. Let's do E. Okay? So we got E, G sharp, and B. E, G sharp, and B notes make the E chord. E, G sharp, B. E, G sharp, B. So now, basically what I'm going to do, just like before, is find any of the E notes, the B notes, or the G sharp notes that are in, let's say this general region from frets 1 to 5. Again, E chord, E, G sharps, and Bs. There's none on this low E string here. Oh, yep, yeah, there is. There's a G sharp. So this red and green little sticker here. E, G sharps, and Bs. E, G sharps, and Bs. So trying to arpeggio it out from the first fret to the 5th fret. I'm just trying to visualize, understand what am I looking at here. Even with the stickers, it's kind of hard because the strings kind of get in the way as they're layered there. So no. E, G sharps, and Bs. Okay, now move to the next section. Still looking for the E's. So the E, G sharps, and the B's. So where would that be at? It's down here in this D shape, D pattern. Okay. So again, we were already doing that. We were already finding the E, and G sharps in this area. So now moving on to the next section would be this section here. Nope. I'm on E, so E, G sharp, and B. E, G sharp, and B. E, G sharp. There we go. Yeah. E, G sharp, and B. There we go. It's a C shape. E, G sharp, and B. Beautiful. Not at all. But I'm getting more comfortable. I'm getting, a little bit more used to things. So just trying some of these new things like bending yesterday and now arpeggios today. It's like, not too good at these at all. And then to be on camera, it's like, great. People stumble across these. Laughs for days. All right. Here we go. We want the E, G sharps, and Bs. Whew. Have to keep on working on these arpeggios. But man, these are tough. So I'm gonna keep on working on these offline and go ahead and do my little musician app. I like to, I only do the free trial. So I like to go ahead and do that for like 15 minutes a day also. So I'm gonna hang it up for today. That's a wrap on day 43. So 43, there we go. And yeah, that was just an hour long of trying to understand arpeggios. So thank you all again so much for joining. You can click one of these floating videos here, this one for my entire catalog, or this one for the the subsequent following video in the series. And so you can stay tuned. As always, please subscribe, please comment below, and please like the video. And yeah, until next time, take care of each other. So that way you take care of yourself. So that way you can take care of each other even better. And I love you, and peace out. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I love you. Peace.